Okay, so we're in Hyder's Gap. Right here.
No, we're right here.
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The Adventure Cycling Maps are a collection of the best bike touring and travel routes in North America. The Adventure Cycling Route Network encompasses more than 40,000 miles of routes, and the maps include turn-by-turn directions, detailed navigational instructions for tricky sections, and elevation profiles in places where it's necessary, i.e. not Kansas. Not only that, the maps will fit nicely in your handlebar bags or cycling jerseys and are tear-proof and waterproof. Every route's map is actually comprised of mapped sections, and depending on the distance of the route, it ranges from 1 to a dozen or more. Each map section covers around 300 to 500 miles of a route, and those map sections are broken into map panels, which display around 30 to 50 miles of each section of the route. The front cover of each map section shows the overall mileage and the position of the map section within the larger route. On the back cover, there's an overview, a legend, and contact information for Adventure Cycling's routes and mapping departments, so if you see that a service is closed or a fabulous new one opens up, you can let them know. The reverse side of the map sections contain detailed service information including bike shops, lodging, libraries, and even cyclist-only lodging or camping. It is broken down by area code and includes cities directly on and near your route. You'll see a list of services, their contact information, and sometimes it gives you a person's name even. Campgrounds are listed up to 5 miles off route. Make sure to call ahead to see if they have room for you. This goes doubly for cyclist-only camping, private homes, churches, and organizational buildings that aren't opened year-round or open to the normal public.
Welcome to Jillian's!
Cyclists stay here in these 2 trailers. It's really awesome.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
You will also see route elevation profiles for when you want to know just how challenging the upcoming hill is going to be, or just how long you'll be able to say,
Downhill, downhill, downhill!
Weather and climate information detailing yearly highs, lows, and common weather patterns are shown on this page. Also included on this side is an informative Using This Map section, which details road conditions like the types of surfaces, shoulder width, or lack thereof, alternate routes, and areas of caution.
I said we're probably okay because we're on bikes. Apparently the falling rocks only hurt cars. Get it? Because it's a car drawing.
And finally, there are field notes that describe historical and cultural information about the area, giving fun facts and detailing how the location came to be. Now that you know what's on the maps, let's get you situated with reading them. The first thing that you need to be aware of is that the north arrow does not always point up. There are some side to side and there are some diagonal. This is to maximize the amount of miles per panel. The black line with the red highlight is your main route. Follow it. Alternates and spurs are in yellow, orange, and magenta. The map narrative contains the step-by-step information for following your biking route, and other than the Great Divide and Utah Cliffs routes, map narratives can be read in both directions. Each panel starts at 0 and covers the following 20 to 30 miles. Map narratives show both miles and kilometers, so you won't have to spend any time converting your mileage. When following your route or calculating distances, keep in mind that there are point-to-point mileages, noted by black dots or red carets, with numbers in between to show the mileage. If the carets cross over 2 maps, the number may be repeated on the map, so don't worry when you only go 5 miles even though you calculated 10. Look for the end mileages at both ends of the panel, which tell you how many miles to either end of the map section, and the red match line on each panel indicates where the panel route matches the next. Don't fret, there might be some overlap. The color of your map indicates your elevation, as do the contour lines located throughout the map. If you're confused on your elevation, then you should get acquainted with the color scheme of your route's maps. Symbols are used to indicate everything from grocery stores and campsites to libraries and post offices. White boxes indicate any special instructions, like longer than normal distances between services, the next map section you need to continue your ride, ferry and bridge crossings, and intersections with other adventure cycling routes. Bike shops are always listed where available, and they usually include a physical address and phone number. Bike shops are also good resources for local riding events and road conditions, because who knows local better than the people who ride them every day. Once you enter larger cities, you will notice that in the congested areas there are large-scale detailed maps included on the page. They include more streets, more directions, and help you navigate through busy intersections and one-way streets. Along with being incredibly detailed, a feature pointing out cyclist-only lodging and camping opportunities can be found exclusively on Adventure Cycling maps. That's right, this is only something you can find on their route network. High five for preferential treatment. Nearly all of the Adventure Cycling route maps follow the conventions outlined in this video, but there are two exceptions: historical routes and the Great Divide mountain bike route. Adventure Cycling's historical routes include the Lewis and Clark Bicycle Trail, the Underground Railroad Bicycle Route, and the Tidewater Potomac Heritage Route. These road routes are similar to Adventure Cycling's regular panel frame maps, with a few unique features. The index maps for the historical routes are located inside the map itself in larger format and show historical sites and features along these routes in relation to the significance of the route. The information contains the name of the site, the address, contact information, and a brief description of the landmark. Plus, on the Lewis and Clark Bicycle Trail, you'll feel like you're back in time, traversing the countryside and doing cool poses like this. The Great Divide mountain bike route maps show an overview of the entire section rather than the panel format of Adventure Cycling's road routes. The symbols, route styles, and information are similar to layouts as the traditional routes, but are in more of an overview format. And remember, the narratives for the Great Divide route are only written in one direction, from north to south. Each side of a Great Divide map section also has an About Map A and About Map B section, and are akin to the riding conditions info on the regular panel maps, which list the riding conditions for the respective sides. One special note is that these boxes contain phone numbers for the U.S. Forest Service districts through which the route travels, so you can know the conditions of the snowpack or fire conditions in a specific forest.
Smokey the Bear says something's wrong.
And don't forget to check out the section in the Great Divide maps called International Mountain Biking Association's Rules of the Trail. It gives you all the dirt on proper mountain biking etiquette, including passing, helmet safety, and how you should always stick your pinky out when riding. It's only proper. There are a few things that you need to do before you can head out on your tour now that you've learned to read the maps. You should start by reading the Using this map and Riding conditions sections so that you're ready for anything that's coming your way. There are constant updates, and you don't want to get stuck between services or learn that a certain restaurant or hotel isn't there anymore more than you want a flat tire. So make sure that your addenda are up to date. You can go to adventurecycling.org/addenda for more information. Finally, you should prepare for any off-route excursions. Adventure Cycling maps are not meant to be used for traveling off the designated route. If you plan off-route adventures, you will need to augment your map resources with additional maps. And trust us, you don't want to go off-route often. The times we went off-route, we got flat tires, got stung by bees, and had the hardest climbs of our tour. Now, after long last, you're ready to do some touring. Woohoo! You can read more about the Adventure Cycling Route Network and their bomb diggity maps by heading over to adventurecycling.org/routes. And to read more about us or watch some of our other videos, you can go to americabycycle.com.